Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Gel and Tell, where I do my nails and share celebrity gossip in the form of blind items. My name is Kat, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start with blind items while I apply these full coverage jelly tips to my nails. If you want to see how I do that, watch a couple of my previous videos and wait for an instructional video to come out in the next few months. All right, y'all voted on my Instagram that you wanted my Thanksgiving nail video to come out on Thanksgiving. That's tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and just read the blinds that are literally being published right now at this time. It is in the middle of the day on Wednesday afternoon, and I'm just gonna read them as they come in. Let's see how far we can get. Blind item number 1. Do you think the former A-plus list rapper's, quote, trainer wanted him to interact with employees like that, or that he was way off the plan the trainer had for him? According to the comments, this is Kanye West and Harley Pasternak. And all of these blind items are alleged, and I didn't make them up. I didn't write them. I am merely reporting them. If you would like to read them yourself, they're on crazydaysandnights.net. Blind number 2. The A-list everything in her mind celebrity. Were you guys paying attention? Do you remember who that is? That's Jennifer Lopez. Is looking at projects she can star in with her husband. Yeah, that worked out well last time. It didn't. Her husband is Ben Affleck. They're not doing well. Blind item number 3. The cleaning product actor thinks there's going to be a ton of money for him now that dad passed. Nope. The dad basically blew whatever he could that wasn't in trusts. I don't even need to look at the comments. This is Armie Hammer, allegedly, and he is a dark soul. He has a fetish for consuming human flesh. Just Google him. Do me a favor and Google him. Armie Hammer. He shouldn't be coming back to Hollywood. He should be banned forever. That whole family is rotted, to steal a term from Beyond the Blinds podcast. You should check them out too. We're popping along. All right, blind item number 4. Apparently, Knee Pads has decided the man who killed his pregnant wife and 2 kids is a sexy killer, and they get a lot of clicks when they show him not in a prison cell or his mugshot, but rather perpetuate him as some sort of guy who didn't kill his family and is the kind of guy you want to spend Thanksgiving with. It is pretty sick. Those of you that read the blind items from Crazy Days and Nights know that Knee Pads is referring to People magazine, because they do whatever celebrities and publishers want them to do. You can figure that out on your own. And this is allegedly about Chris Watts. If you have seen the Netflix documentary American Murder, The Family Next Door, you know who Chris Watts is. Plus, he's been in the news a lot. Awful guy. Killed his wife and 2 children. Horrible, terrible, horrible. So that is what this is about. Curiosity got the best of me. I went and looked on people.com, and there's an article called Chris Watts is sending racy letters to multiple women from his prison cells, sources say. Chris Watts, 37, was sentenced to life in prison for the 2018 murders of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters. It just gives me chills every time I read about this guy. He's the worst. Ooh, look how great my nails look. This time I went a little bit more smoothly. Now I'm building an apex. I thought I cut most of that out. Yes, I did. Okay. While you see me putting on the first few coats, I'm going to read the last blind item because it's a Real Housewife blind, and I can't skip over a housewife blind. The former housewife thinks she can make a run for it. That would be a horrible mistake. Where is she going to go that she won't stand out? I'm pretty sure this is Jen Shah from Salt Lake City. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and there is no way in hell that she's gonna run away. Her court date for sentencing is December 15, I believe, so I guess we'll see how that shakes out. All right, well, that does it for blind items for this episode. Hope you enjoyed that. Leave me a comment below what your thoughts are on the blind items, and if you want me to cover a different topic, or what are your thoughts? So I wanted to go with some darker colors with this fall Thanksgiving look that I'm going for. And that's why I picked my favorite color to wear, black, with some beautiful orangey, rusty color, and a nude, you'll see in a minute, on my pinky and ring finger, like a nude, what was it? It's SNS N9. It's the one I've told you guys about before, but I can't find it online anymore, and I've had it for years. So I will try to find a link and put it below if I find it. If I don't, it doesn't exist as far as I can see. And if you find it, you should definitely put it in the comments below. I'm going to end up putting 2 layers of dip powder on top of the Apex that I built, which is, it gives your nails strength, especially when you wear extensions or tips or what have you. You build a clear or natural, or use whatever dip color you want underneath, which you should use clear or natural, because that's what I use from Kiara Sky anyways. And you build basically this curved shape from the middle of your nail to the tip of your nail, to the free edge. And the way that I do that was in the last video, so go watch that. And maybe sometime I will post how I do that as a separate video. So now I'm going to be adding the neutral color that SNS N9. I keep gravitating towards this when I need a nude. I hold it up with all the other colors on my swatch. Can you hear it? On my little swatch rings that I have with me. And I always pick that one. Well, I guess I could look and see. It's N9. N21. It's N21. Well, it'll be below. N21. Maybe it's N21. N21. SNS N21 is what I'm finding. I thought it was N9. Anyways. Alright, so this was when I was still in a great mood. I was having a good time. Things were going right. Earlier in the episode, episode, and I took it out because this video was going to be way too long. I had to take off 2 of my extensions that were on my right hand because they were super crooked, and there's no way I would have been able to live with it. I'm too type A for that, unfortunately. I hate admitting that out loud, but I had to take them off and redo them, so I was like a little annoyed with that, but well, it's my fourth time adding extensions, so I'm still learning, so I wasn't that upset. So that's the mood. That's the mood I'm in right now. You're gonna see me using this picking tool. I got this one from Gigi's Custom Dips. This little tool exists on a lot of different nail websites, but that's where I happened to get this one, and it has helped me step up my cuticle game big time. I was using toothpicks at one point, and I use my dotting tools sometimes, and before that I was just using my nail, which then once you do the right hand, you have all this goop that you have to get off. So I'm very thankful for my little picking, I think it's called a precision tool on Gigi's. Anyways, it's below in the description. Okay, surprise, I'm gonna read one more blind item, if not 2, because I have nothing really to say about this part of the video. Yep, okay, blind item number 6. This permanent A-list singer told the waitstaff serving her to put on masks. This wasn't for health reasons, but because she didn't want to look at their faces. She thinks it makes a much better dining experience. I call fake. I call this as fake. This is NT didn't have anything else to write about, so he wrote this. That's my thoughts. NT is the entertainment lawyer that allegedly writes these blinds. He's allegedly a lawyer, entertainment lawyer, and that's how he gets his tea. I don't know. The way he writes, which is not well, makes me think he's probably not actually a lawyer. Maybe he was at one point, maybe he's retired. I don't know, but my husband also thinks that. It looks like I'm not able to load the comments. This could be anyone though. Permanent A-list singer. I mean, it could be anyone. Immediately I think of J-Lo, but then NT would have called her A-list everything in her mind. Let me see if I can load it, and I will be right back. Okay, I just had to close out of my Safari and go back in, and the comments are magically here. According to the comments, we're thinking this is Madonna. Madonna. She's a mess. Go look at her Instagram if you need proof. She has done a bunch of stuff to her face with plastic surgery and perhaps filler and Botox, what have you. She not only does she look strange, she's acting very strange, and allegedly, according to other blind items, she's mixing booze and pills, which she was really against in the 80s and 90s, so it's really sad. I'm not sure if that's who that is, though. So that's it for the blind items. Let's get back to the nails. I'm starting to get angry seeing the glitter because that did not go well. I wanted it to just cover the tip of my nail and kind of like ombre down. I was a little too aggressive with my brush. So lesson learned on that. I figured, oh, well, it's still salvageable. And I was able to file off kind of the bottom part to make it look a little bit like ombre. And then I was like, oh no, there's like a very clear line between the solid and the glitter. And then I was like, well, fuck it, I give up. I'm just gonna move on. All right, so this was where I was like, oh, this is chill. This is working out real well. These stickers are going on, and they're staying, and they're cute. And this one is a cherries. It's not a sausage. It's cherries. It looks like a sausage. I know. I knew that while I was putting it on, but I was like, it's too dang cute, and it fits this area. I just wanted it at the tip. I just wanted it on the tip of my nail, so that's why I went with it. And I sped this up a ton because I have to redo this later on in the video, and I didn't want you all to have to watch the slow version, so I was trying to bring in the dark color from my index finger with this little black spotting and line that I cut out. I thought that would be neat, but now that I'm seeing it, it's too much. I should have just done one sticker with the glitter and let it be, but I had to keep going, didn't I? I did. Had to keep going. So I thought it would be help. I didn't watch any videos on how to do stickers before this. I mean, I have in the past, but I didn't review. So I thought, well, it's not sticking to the newly filed nail with Seal and Protect or Activator. Activator is what it's called for Double Dip. And so I used base coat from Double Dip, base dip powder liquid. And clearly it doesn't work, and I, like I said, sped this up a lot. This is very slow and tedious, and I kept losing it. It being the piece that I was trying to add, and then the base liquid kept drying too fast, so I was getting more and more frustrated, but hoping that it would turn out nicely in the end. I should have just left my pinky alone too. It looked fine with the little acorn and a leaf, or cherries. It just gets worse and worse. And then I thought, well, if it's not sticky, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna buff it a little, make it so that the base will, stick to it. It kind of worked. It worked, but then I think pretty soon it is where I realized that it was just too goddamn much. But I decided to soldier on and add a top coat. I'm using the base as top coat in this case because I just watched a video that debunked that top coat and base coat are different. They're the same and they look the same. And so my top coat from Double Dip is goopy. So this is where I got pissed off and I flipped off my nail. And then I got even more frustrated looking at it, so I just filed it off. And I made a reel about it, and I threw it on Instagram. So it made me feel better, because I was laughing at it. So I filed off all of the base coat, top coat, whatever you want to call it, from all of my nails to start back from the beginning of adding a sticker. I really liked this sticker, but I couldn't get it to lay just right with... how do I explain this? The rounded parts. I wanted the rounded part at the top and the rounded part at the bottom to be at the bottom. But I couldn't make it stretch, clearly. So I'm figuring this out in this moment and trying to see, will it look good No, I don't like the tip sticking out. Well, will it look good if I leave the cuticle empty? No, not really. And then it's about here when I get the brilliant idea to cut it apart. And I wish I had cut the top from the bottom as well, but these little stickers are so finicky. I should have cut it when it was on the, I don't know what to call it, the backing, the white part, which is what I do eventually later on. Because every time you mess with it, it like comes apart into different pieces, and then you risk losing a piece. And I spent like 10 minutes at one point searching for a sticker that popped off, and it was literally on the sticker sheet. It just blended in with everything else. So I'm at peak frustration level right here. I can just, like, I feel it, and I remember it. So I'm lining the cuticle with that piece that I cut out. It's the bottom part of the sticker, and it does end up looking really nice once I get it exactly in the right position. And I forgot to mention, I switched from using dip liquids to McCart's gel base, so I will have to cure this, but at least it won't dry too fast and I can move it around, which if you saw this in real time, I probably spent 5 minutes right here straight up moving it back and forth, and it looked fine. And then I moved it again like that, and it disconnected from the other piece, so then I had to fidget with it some more. I don't know how I had the patience for this. And I also I had one more sticker just like it that I was going to do on my right hand, so it's not like I could start over with another identical sticker. So I just had to solder on, and that's what I did. Now I get to add the top part, which I think it turned out really nicely, but again, I wish I had separated them both. It would have been a little more symmetrical, but I think it looked pretty good. So I'm using my cuticle nippers to trim the parts that are showing over my free edge, and I'm looking at it from below to see if it's sticking up. And I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to put stickers on. If you know, please let me know below how you add stickers to dip powder nails. Perhaps there's a better way. I'm sure there is. And I'm using my little flash cure lamp that came with some gel polish I got from McCart. I did that for about 15 seconds, and now I'm adding another coating on top, a second one, or no, one on top, so that the whole thing will stay. I think I did that for the full minute maybe. And now I'm going to add turkey to my pinky, which I thought was super cute, instead of an acorn and a dick-looking cherry. Can you tell my gives are out? I'm out of gives. I'm out of F's to give. So I tried to experiment. I really like these clear sticker pages so that you can hold it over your nail and see what it will look like. I wish that the white one, the Thanksgiving one, had that, because it helps me visualize, and it's really helpful, and then you don't waste a sticker. But I end up not going with those black and silver leaves. They weren't quite Thanksgiving enough for me, so I went with the word turkey. And I put a layer of gel base, and this went really well. I, at this point, decided to stop fidgeting so much, so I just moved it, and once I liked it, I left it, and I cured it. And I was like, all right, time to move on. Because this is, again, the second time. Or maybe not again, but this is the second time that I've had to do this. So every time you top coat with gel polish, you want to cap the free edge, or it's just going to peel off. But guess what? The fucking gel polish peeled off anyways. Literally the next day. The tip, I don't know if it's because I type with my nails at work. I don't know what it was. But the shit just started flaking off at the tip the next day. So I ended up taking off the stickers and the gel top coat, and then just using dip powder liquids with new stickers, and they're still on for the most part, except for the extensions fell off. I couldn't catch a break this week, guys. I had to glue them back on with I don't know, whatever it's called, nail glue. Anyways, we made it to the end. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm using cuticle oil here from Double Dip to put hydration back into my cuticles, and in the end they look really great on camera. Not very functional though, but I spent about 8 hours on these nails this day, and then 2 more hours the next day, maybe an hour the next day, and then a total of 2 more hours during the week. How about that? So I might just keep these on for a little longer, and see what happens. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and leave me a comment below.